Brock Lesnar just pulled off one of the greatest returns ever. The ruse of the century. Let's talk about Raw. Let's talk about it. Brock Lesnar just pulled off the ruse of the freaking century, dude. Everybody thought they were retired. And listen to me right now, at home. If you're watching this and you're thinking in your head, oh, I knew he was going to return. No, you didn't, you absolute dweeby dork. You did not know he was going to return. Stop lying to yourself. Dweeby dork. I like that. I'm going to start using that. But Oba was about to do his open challenge, and Brock hit 4 F5s on Oba Femi. This was just insane. Like, what, dude? Nobody saw this coming. And now it's looking like we're going to get the trilogy. And it's going to culminate at SummerSlam. It's going to be so effing good. I am unbelievably excited for this. This was one of the most shocking moments I have ever experienced as a fan in my 2 years of watching wrestling. The only thing that I can think of off the top of my head that was more shocking than this was John Cena turning heel. This was my reaction to it.
What the hell?
What the?
Oh my God!
Who's somebody's attacking him?
Oh my God!
Brock Lesnar! What? What?
Brock Lesnar!
Oh my God! What? What?
Brock Lesnar!
Brock Lesnar's back!
On his shoulders and another
What the fuck? What?
And it seems rumors of his demise.
I was screaming, and this was just insane. And we got it confirmed that at Clash in Paris, we are getting Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar once again. And oh my God, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar in front of an international crowd. Has Jesus Christ himself blessed us with this? This is, what more can I ask for? We have been blessed from the heavens. I'm not religious, but I might believe in a God now, because it cannot get more perfect. I am so unbelievably pumped for this. Let me know, like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for Brock Lesnar's return? 1 to 10, 10 being unbelievably excited, 1 being that was dookie balls. Let's start off with the opening segment. Tribal combat between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu is now official for Clash in Italy. It started off with a promo. He was interrupted by the Usos. They started brawling, and Jacob took him out. Roman came out, made the save, and this was an absolutely incredible brawl. And it protected Jacob Fatu so much. He took 6 finishers. They had to trap him in the ropes and hit 6 finishers to just stop Jacob Fatu. And he no-sold a chair shot from Jey Uso. Jacob looked like an absolute monster while also still protecting the bloodline. This was absolutely picture perfect. The hot take for this one is, quote, Tribal Combat, translation, a 3-on-1 handicap match. How are fans not absolutely effing sick of this poop? We all know Jacob Fatu has a 0% chance of becoming World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know what this person means, sick of it. We've seen 2 Tribal Combat matches, and this feud is amazing, so I have no clue what they're talking about. And both of those Tribal Combat matches have been absolutely incredible. And I'm sure Jacob is probably going to get someone to help him. That person, I think, could potentially be Jacob Fatu. Not Jacob. Oh my God. Zilla Fatu. And honestly, with how much Jacob has, you know, how much momentum he has. I mean, he is white hot right now. I think there is a very realistic chance he wins at Clash in Italy. I still think Roman will retain, but it's definitely not out of the picture or crazy to say Jacob will win. This was just an absolutely incredible segment overall. Loved it. Then the first match of the night was a street fight between Finn Balor and JC McDonough. And this was an absolute classic of a match, an incredible street fight, and Finn Balor picked up a much needed win, even with Dirty Dom trying to help JD McDonough. Because yes, he won at WrestleMania as the Demon, but that doesn't really do anything for vanilla Finn Balor. So definitely needed this. Very glad Finn got the win. Doesn't really affect JD McDonough because he's already at ground zero. And as much as it sucks to say, he is. The hot take for this one is, quote, nobody cares for this feud. We are seeing this match around 4 weeks in a row. Yeah, and it's been incredible 4 weeks in a row. And lucky for you, dude, this is the end of the feud. At least most likely, unless they want to run this till SummerSlam. As for what's next for Finn, I feel like probably going after the IC title would be a good idea. Or probably finishing his feud with Dom. We had a promo between Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch, a really good solid promo, and we got it confirmed that at Saturday night's main event, we will have Sol Ruca versus Becky Lynch, but, big but, it will not be for the title, which makes me think they're going to have a rematch at Clash in Italy. Presumably for the title, which I would love. I want Sol Ruca to win it on a bigger stage than the Saturday night's main event. She deserves to win it in a bigger spot. And this match at Saturday night's main event, honestly, I'm just looking forward to because I feel like it's going to absolutely cook and be a really good match. And now that I'm realizing it's a non-title match, this hot take does not make any sense, so we're just going to kind of ignore that. But yeah, a really good promo from both of these women, and I am so excited for this feud. LA Knight, oh my god, thank you. I am so glad he returned. I was so concerned he was going to get released. I just let out a sigh of relief when I saw LA Knight. Yeah, he called the Usos a hypocrite, which is extremely accurate. They were all three of them were going after the Vision because of how they were running Raw and what they were doing, and now the Usos are doing the same thing, rejoining with Roman Reigns, recreating the Bloodline. It's gonna be Bloodline rules. I am so glad to see LA Knight, back though. Just please don't put him back in the Vision vortex. The hot take for this one, this has to be rage bait because it's just so unbelievably stupid. There's no way there's someone this stupid. They said, quote, LA Knight is a hypocrite himself. He's been coasting on catchphrases for 2 years. Calling out the Usos is easy. Winning a title is hard. He'll cut another promo next week and still be in the mid-card. All talk, no trophies. So assuming this isn't rage bait, if it isn't, I'll treat it like that for a second. No trophies is not in his control, but also he has gotten trophies. He won the US title twice. Being stuck in the mid-card, also not his fault. Calling out the Usos is easy. What does that even mean? Calling out anyone is easy. He's been coasting on catchphrases for 2 years. No, he hasn't. He's just amazing. That's why he's been popular for 2 years. Well, more than 2 years. But also, Jay has been, just a yeet merchant the past 2 years. Or maybe like year and a half. And in nowhere in this paragraph did he prove that LA Knight is a hypocrite. Literally, not a single point was made, and not a single logical thing was said in this entire take. Next, we had a match between the Brie Bella and Paige Brie Mode and the Judgment Day for the Women's Tag Team Championships, Roxanne and Raquel. Even with the help of Liv Morgan, they could not pick up the win. Roxanne got rolled up by Brie Bella. A really, really solid match. The hot take is, why is the Roxanne Perez jobbing for Brie Bella in the big 2026? What do you mean jobbing for Brie Bella? Losing to Brie Bella is not a job. I agree Roxanne Perez should probably get more wins, but I still think she's the future of women's wrestling. She will be just fine. And it was a roll-up, dude, for fuck's sake. Then after the match, of course, the Judgment Day took them out, being the big bad dastardly heels they are. And then we had the return of Lyra Valkyria and Bayley to Monday Night Raw, and they appear to be gunning after the Women's Tag Team Championships again. Both of these women need to be in the main event scene. They need to be doing something bigger. Separate them, make them go after Liv Morgan's title. Like, put them in the main event scene. I'm very glad to see them back, though. I was kind of worried that Lyra was going to get released, honestly. Very glad to see them back. There was a nasty Bayley to belly to Liv Morgan. I think it was botched, but it looked nasty, and I don't think anybody got hurt. I would love to see this match between Paige and Brie going up against Bay Lyra, though. Next thing we have to talk about is Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins in the main event, and this was actually a surprisingly good match. Overall, this episode of Raw was just absolutely incredible, but even with the help of Logan Paul, Austin Theory was not able to pick up the win. We had like this really cool rolling combo into like a pedigree to Austin Theory, which I thought was really cool. I loved this match, and then maybe even the more entertaining part came after the match when Seth Rollins won. And then, the Vision started beating down on them because they're the big bad guys. And then Big D, Angelo Dawkins, came in to make the save. He was getting his cheeks clapped. Montez Ford came in. He started getting his cheeks clapped. Actually, no, he didn't. What am I talking about? He kind of made the save. And then when it was just him and Angelo in the ring, he was like yelling at him and stuff. Then Braun Breaker came running down to the ring. And Montez pushed Angelo, Big D, Dawkins out of the way and took a nasty spear for him from Braun Breaker. I am loving these brawls because it is advancing multiple storylines at once, and the brawls are so chaotic it looks like they really hate each other. They are not having security come in too soon. And then Seth Rollins was getting the upper hand on Braun Breaker, but then he ended up hitting another disgusting spear on Seth Rollins. And then they dragged him out to like the stairs, and I think Braun Breaker was literally about to decapitate Seth Rollins. He was about to smash his head like a freaking bug on the steel steps with the steel steps. But security luckily literally saved Seth Rollins' life. Saved him from brain damage maybe, but he probably would have just died. The hot take for this one is, quote, "Your shows are an effing joke. Week after week, it's the same old BS. Try something original. At this point, MLW is more entertaining. You're going to lose everything if you keep up this effing BS. Keep raising your salaries and firing good talent. It's pathetic." The only part of this I could agree with is keep raising your salaries and firing good talent. It's pathetic. Yeah, I agree with that part. But then the rest of this, dude, yeah, we're getting brawls between the same people every week, but the brawls are incredible. That's like saying the US title on SmackDown, the Open Challenge, sucked because we were getting the same Open Challenge every week. Nobody cared because it was amazing. And that's the exact same thing with this. And I don't know why they can't go 2 words without swearing either. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode of the Raw Review. This episode was absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And